So we have just had a massive notification come through from Warpath system messages, and that is talking about a whole new update to the way battlefields work. So as we know, there is currently legendary or epic, however you wish to call it. There is gold 1, gold 2, gold 3, silver 1, silver 2, and silver 3. They are now changing how this works, and they are implementing a gold 4. Yes, you heard that correct. So the way it has always worked, guys, is if you was in legendary 1, legendary 2, or gold 1, then your restriction for your units would be 9.2. And if you was in gold 2, it would be 9.1. If you was in gold 3, it'd be 9.0. And then if you was in silver or below, it would be in the 8.1s and lower. That means you missed out on 8.2. So that's kind of how they're fixing it and changing it. Now, I kind of agree with the route they're going down, but I think they need to do more. So let me show you the new and updated version. So as we look through here, they have now made it so legendary 1 and legendary 2 battlefields will be 9.2. This is not changing. So again, that makes sense. You know, it's the top battlefield. It should be the top of the top. Okay, it absolutely makes sense. Everything's maxed out. Now in gold 1 battlefields, they are changing it down to 9.1 star, down from 9.2. And obviously your max ground units can be level 200. Your fortified walls would be 180. Previously, there was no limit, whereas now there will be a limit. That's obviously going to be changing quite a lot. It's going from one level down on the units, and also your walls will be maxed at 180. And then your units for your naval will be 9.1, and your max navy unit can still be max level at 200, and your navy walls will also be 180. This is obviously already a big change because gold 1 has always been 9.2 stars, maxed units and everything. So it is definitely changing for the better. Now, hear me out, guys. The reason I'm saying this is changing for the better is before now, it was gold 1 and above was basically just people squeezed into wherever they can go, especially gold 1. There's been a lot of complaints recently about gold 1 battlefield genuinely being filled with whales that are sandbagging to go down because they can't be bothered to go in epic because of collector levels and all of this other stuff. Okay, I understand why they're doing this. They're trying to bring structure, you know, trying to push people who really want to use their accounts to go up into the higher levels instead of, you know, going down into the low ones. Now, moving on to gold 2, which gold 2 now is ground force units of 9 star, down from 9.1, which is what we currently are. Max ground unit level at 180, down from 200. This part, not too sure why that's needed, if I'm honest with you. Max fortification wall ground base would be 120, down from 180. And then max naval star unit would be 9 star. It says down from 9.1, and it also says max naval force unit at 180, down from 200. This isn't what we currently have. So in navy, we currently have 9 star units. So let me quickly double check here on my naval, and I believe it's 9 star. 9 star 180 is what it currently is set to. So not sure why they're saying it's 9.1 star, because it most definitely isn't. It is generally just 9.0 already. So with that being said, I think it's kind of crazy that, long story short, we're going down to 9 star, which was the previous gold 3 level. Okay, so now gold 3 is going to be at 8.2 stars. And if you then keep going down here, gold 4, which is the brand new one, that is going to be at 8.1. Then you'll have silver 1 at 8 star, silver 2 at 7.2, and also silver 3 at 7.2. So basically, the way this is now going to work is they will be using every single tier of unit instead of before it went, you know, straight from 8.1 all the way to 9 star. Then 9 star went to 9.1 star, and then basically everything else above it was maxed out. So what I'm understanding from this, guys, is they are trying to make it sort of restricted in different tiers. You know, they're trying to make it so that every tier is being used, and I fully understand that, if I'm honest with you. The only thing I don't understand is why a unit level can only go up to, like, for example, here in gold 3 it's 160, in gold 2 it will be 180. I don't know why that needs to be restricted. In my opinion, I think a unit should still still be able to go to 200. 100%, I have no problem with them restricting the unit star level, for example, 9 star, 9.1, 8.2 and so forth. I have no issues with that. I do think it's weird that they want to force the unit level though down from 2. I think that, in my opinion, isn't necessary. Now, this, as I said, this is all my opinion. I know a lot of you guys will probably have a completely different opinion, and please feel free to let me know down in the comments your opinion on this. I think this is a good idea what they're doing, but it's not enough. And what I mean by that is it's all well and good them restricting the units to change and be more, I guess the word balanced isn't a great word, but more, for it to be more streamlined, I think is a good word. It's going up in one increment at a time instead of it, having missing gaps, missing tiers and stuff like that. I think it's definitely a good way in which they're structuring it. But what they really need to do, guys, is they need to restrict collector level. I think, in my personal opinion, collector level is what needs to be restricted. Now, off the top of my head, I don't want to spit out what should be restricted to where. I don't want to say, collector 50 should be maximum of gold 2. That obviously is going to have to be really looked into, and they need to think about where and how they can go about that. But I do think in general, you shouldn't be seeing like collector 80s in gold 2. Maybe in gold 1, that's where a collector 80 belongs. But overall, I do think they need to restrict collector levels, because that's the biggest thing right now. I think I recently was shown it was a very low tier gold 3, and it might have even been a silver battlefield having a 100 collector in it. It's just not necessary. It's completely, sandbagging down on the matchmaking. And I do think that if you have someone who has that high of a collector, you're instantly into the higher tiers, and you're going to just ruin the whole alliance for you, not only yourself, but everyone else. So I do think that there needs to be some sort of, implementation. I know they say that, collector level is technically included in the matchmaking, and in some way I do agree. You could tell it's kind of in there. It's very rare that I will ever find someone in my C4 that has, we've never faced a 100 collector before, because the highest collector in my alliance is 45. So the chance of us finding a 100 collector is very hard. It's never happened. I think the most we've gone against is an 80 collector before. And obviously that's double our previous. We still won that, by the way. But overall, it's kind of crazy how it's getting more and more reports of these mismatching with collector. So I think they need to crack down on the collector level. That's just my personal opinion. So let me know, guys, what do you think about this? Do you think this is a good update, a bad update? Are you understanding where they're coming from? I think is the main thing. Do you understand why they're making this sort of structural streamlining of the different tiers, why they're adding one in and sort of changing it for the best? Again, let me know down below if that's something you're understanding, and how do you think they could improve on this moving forward? Also, guys, with the brand new update coming out to all your levels of units and stuff like that, maybe you would like some help with your account on how to, upgrade it, progress it, build your army now moving forward. Everything's changing. If you are looking for one-on-one coaching, I now do provide that, guys. So if you would like me to take a look at your account, help you build it in a certain way dedicated to your play style, please feel free to check out the link down below. It will send you to my Discord, where there is loads of information about the different tiers available for coaching. And not only that, the link to apply for the coaching is also down below and in the Discord as well. I hope you all have an absolutely beautiful and amazing day, guys. Thank you for tuning in today's video. Hope this information helps you in some way, shape or form. And as always, I'll see you in the next video. Take care, everyone.